Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome to all. I hope everyone can able to hear my voice. Can I know in chat box that you are able to hear my voice? Then I can start the session. Uh, yeah, thanks. It's audible. Yeah, thanks who kept the messages in chat box. Now just I'll share the screen. Yeah, this is the poster of this webinar. Yeah, you all of us know, of course, APSSDC organizing many webinars. So this is one webinar which was organized by APSSDC with the Association of SK Deep Tech Private Limited. Uh, we are getting yeah. So understanding digital transformation. So the webinar name is yeah, Deep Tech. SK Deep Tech Private Limited organizing many webinars. This is the first webinar, so we are associated with them. So guys, uh, so make use of these webinars and learn something crazy and do better things in your life. And of course, we are coming with another webinar also in every Sunday or every Saturday. So we'll decide and we'll share as soon as. So this is the first webinar with Association of SK Deep Tech Private Limited. So yes, and now our speaker was there. So we introduced many speakers and many companies. But this is one of the company which is SK Deep Tech Private Limited, and the speaker is SESHA KISHORE KOMMAREDDI. So he's the CEO of SK Deep Tech Private Limited, as well as he's from Singapore. Now he's working from he's from Singapore and giving presentation also from there only, and he's having 30 plus year experience in IT industry. And also, first of all, I want to introduce, welcome sir for this session. So I
Thank you.
want to introduce you. So it's like
Yeah.
a brief introduction I want to give you. So yeah, Mr. Kishore is an experienced professional having more than 30 years experience in managing IT solutions. He holds a master degree in mechanical engineering from West University, USA, a certified and national merit scholar. He enjoys meeting people and adopting new technologies that can help solve industrial problems and benefit people. So he traveled exclusively in USA, Europe, and Middle East and worked in multinational Fortune 500 companies. He's still working in many companies. He's passionate to create world-class company to provide end-to-end digital transformation solution for organizations worldwide. So it's like a APSSDC always privileged to have such type of speakers and such type of companies association. So it's like a privilege itself for there to hear and giving presentations. So take care, go ahead and please help us students, to Andhra students, to do more things. And actually APSSDC motto also to give skill and to give motivation to help them to reach new emerging technologies. So please help them and yeah, so solve their doubts they're having. Any, please do that. And any questions you can take them, and you can help them, sir, please. It's like a
Sure. Yeah.
really privilege for APSSDC
Yeah. Yeah.
for welcoming you.
Yeah.
But unfortunately our Ravi Garu was not there because yeah, today's Sunday, he's on
Yeah. Yeah. No problem. Yeah.
uh, various works. But
Okay.
anyway, really happy uh, to have you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Please go
Thank you
ahead,
very much.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Welcome all. Thank you for joining for this webinar. Uh, in this webinar, I'll talk about more on digital transformation and what are the new digital buzzwords that you hear every day in and out. You hear about artificial intelligence. You hear about IoT, analytics, and all these things. So in this webinar, I will try to explain you each term, what it means from a non-technical point of view. I don't want to go too deep into the technical things because time will not permit. And we have different webinars, one each covering each topic. In that particular webinar, we'll go deep into one particular topic, more deep into technical things. Okay, first I'll present the seminar, and after the webinar is complete, then I'll take up the questions. Okay, let me start. Okay. This webinar is about understanding digital transformation. As she mentioned, I am from SESHA KISHORE KOMMAREDDI, CEO of SK Deep Tech Private Limited. I am from Singapore. So to introduce about brief about ourselves, what we do, we used to have a company called SK Computers in 1994. We were mainly into doing engineering services, and later in 1999 we made it limited. And in 2002 we moved to Singapore and we started Singapore operations. Now we are venturing into deep tech. We will be offering total digital transformation consultancy and training services. When we say deep tech, we'll be covering all areas like artificial intelligence, big data and analytics, IoT, and all these things. So we started off in 1994 as a private limited company, and 99 we made it limited, and 2002 we started Singapore operations, and now in 2020 we started two companies, actually one in Hyderabad and one in Visakhapatnam. And we are going to the market with 5 brands. AI Asia is our artificial intelligence brand. Basically, we'll be providing artificial intelligence chatbot services. And Analytica is our analytics brand. We'll be doing predictive analytics dashboard reports for companies. And Smart Cities is our Smart Cities brand. We are doing ISO 37120 quality certification for smart cities. And IoTika is our Internet of Things brand. We'll be providing end-to-end Internet of Things solutions. And of course, our training brand. We're providing with industry collaboration. Okay. So let me start. Now we all know that we are in a digital era now. Everything is digital now, and in and out, you're using your mobile phones and everything is online nowadays. If you look at history, in 1998, Kodak, a company who used to manufacture these photo papers, they have 1,70,000 employees and they have 85% market in 1998. But within few years, totally Kodak went bankrupt. Why? Why? Because they didn't want to move to the digital technology, and nobody nowadays is using photo papers or printing papers, though, so they're completely out of business. So digital technologies are taking over in every field, in every vertical, whether it's agriculture or horticulture or healthcare or any other area. So world is changing very rapidly, and there are new technological disruptions are happening every day in and out. So mobile is changing the way we live, we work, and we play. So data is a new oil, and digital is a new buzzword. Okay. So you hear this word quite often, digital transformation. What is digital transformation? So everybody wants to do things fast, with ease and with convenience. These are the 3 parameters that everybody wants to transact, whether it's an individual or with a business or business with a customer or anything. So everybody wants to get latest information so that they can take some corrective actions from businessman's point of view. So every organization needs to be transforming to be more agile. Agile means like how fast you react when a disruption happens. If some problem hits a business, how fast the business can react to the problem and come back to normal. That's what we mean by agile. So in essence, speed is the essence of today's business. So we need new business models to improve efficiency and productivity. So digital technologies will help to achieve these two things of efficiency and productivity in any organization. Okay. So when we talk about digital transformation, we hear a lot of deep tech buzzwords. We hear a lot of words like Industry 4.0, big data, analytics, artificial intelligence, IoT, so on and so forth. So students especially get confused about these terminology because to them everything looks same. They don't really understand the difference between each terminology. Of course, they all come under deep tech, but one particular buzzword will refer to one particular technology. So in this webinar, I'll try to explain what each buzzword means from a non-technical point of view. Let's understand what each word means. Okay. So let's start with Industry 4.0. So if you look at history, with the invention of steam power, mechanization started, and it's what we call is the first industrial revolution that happened in the world. With the introduction of steam power, mechanization started, and we call it the first industrial revolution. And afterwards, with the introduction of electricity and mass production and assembly line manufacturing started, and we call it Industry 2.0 or second industrial revolution. And the third industrial revolution started with invention of computers and automation. That we call it a third industrial revolution. Now we are witnessing the fourth industrial revolution, otherwise called Industry 4.0, which means we are talking about cyber physical systems. That means even machines can talk to the machines can talk to each other, or machines can talk to humans, and humans can talk to the machines. So we call the cyber physical systems, and this revolution is called Industry 4.0 or fourth industrial revolution. So when you talk about Industry 4.0, we don't have any specific software for Industry 4.0 or any specific hardware for Industry 4.0. This is at the higher level, apex level. We are talking about the revolution as a whole. Introduction of the cyber physical systems, a fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0. Okay. Now let's understand what do we mean by big data. You hear this term quite often. Let's try to understand the difference between big data and how big data differs from data. So data will be called big data if it satisfies the three conditions. The first condition is volume of data. In order data to be called as a big data, you should have these three conditions. The first one is volume of data. You should have huge volumes of data, gigabytes or terabytes of data. And the second point is variety of data. The data can be in any format. It can be a text format, it can be a video format, it can be an audio format, any kind of format the data can come. And the third point is velocity of data. That means the data will be coming from different sources at very speed. Like every second, you'll be getting lot of data, volume of data in different formats. Some can be in text, some can be in video, all will come at the same time. So if data satisfies these three conditions of volume of data, variety of data, and velocity of data, then we call it as a big data. So this is the difference between big data and data. So you might have heard about, in your curriculum, you heard of relational database management system. You will store in one particular table format in one place. But in today's world, you don't know what kind of data you will get, and you cannot say, I don't know how to store this kind of format in my database. You still have to analyze the data and give some results. So these big data systems will handle all these kind of big data. It means the data can come in variety of forms, in variety of ways, and big data systems will be in a position to handle enormous amount of data coming from all sources in all varieties in a real-time environment. Of course, you hear a lot of softwares. Hadoop is quite popular in big data software. As I said in my introduction, I don't want to go into the details of these big data. So for the purpose of this webinar, let's try to understand big data is different from data, and big data should have three conditions: volume of data, variety of data, and velocity of data. Okay. Now let's understand by the term business analytics. What is the difference between analysis and analytics? Most of the times students get confused, difference between analysis and analytics. Let me try to explain you with the help of an example. If you take a look at a educational training institute, for example, a coaching center, they will coach the students and then send them for, say, MCET exam. After the exam is over, you'll get results and you will analyze the results, and the people will come up with a lot of good charts. They'll say, okay, these people got more than 90%, these people failed, and these people got less than 40%. They analyze the data and come up with a lot of information. So we call these reports as postmortem reports, meaning to say you have a report based on the information, you cannot take any decision. We are talking about something which already happened, in the past. So every businessman wants to know more about business in future, how this is going to affect his future business, so that he can still take some kind of decisions or corrective actions. So analytics, we use the same data and we analyze the historic data of the organization and come up with correlation using some statistical techniques like regression and other statistical techniques, and we give predictive analytics reports. That means we give some kind of future reports based on our analysis, how it is going to affect the future of the business and how it is going to affect the businessman can take some decisions. So if we go back to the same example, what we do in this educational example is we analyze the historic data of that educational institutions, maybe like 10 years or 20 years of data, and we analyze and we come up with some kind of correlation, and then we analyze and we correlate that result to the current data, and we say, okay, look, you have 1,000 students now giving coaching now. Out of these 1,000 students, and we give a predictive analytics report like these 10 students may fail, or these 10 students may get more than 90% or whatever. Based on the historic results, using statistical techniques, we'll give a predictive analytics report. This report is very useful for the business management, because based on this report, they still can take some decisions. If they see, okay, these 10 people are most likely to fail based on our previous historic experience, so they can still concentrate on that and can still do some kind of corrective actions, so that they can still control the outcome of the future result. So this is the difference between analysis and analytics, and that's why analytics is picking up quite a lot, because every businessman or every business wants to know more about their business, how they're going to perform in future. So if you talk about the softwares available in the market, there are a lot of commercial softwares are available. You hear about Tableau, Power BI, of course, from Microsoft, R, SAS, ClickView. A lot of these softwares are available, which will analyze all the data with using statistical techniques, and will give the predictive reports for the business. Okay, this is about business analytics. Now let's understand by the term artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is there from quite long time, from so many years. But one company, like earlier what we used to do is, for example, we used to write a program, we call an algorithm in artificial intelligence. We used to write a set of code, we teach the program how to do it. The way we used to do it is like, for example, you take, for example, a game of chess. You can write a program in artificial intelligence, and the artificial intelligence program will predict that next n number of moves, say 500 or 700 moves, and then it will decide the next move based on the best move. That's how we used to write the programs. But there is one game called Go. It's an old ancient Chinese game, and only humans can play, because there is no way you can write a program in artificial intelligence to play the game. That one gentleman got an idea, then he thought, how humans are playing this game, and why computer cannot, we cannot write a program for AI to play the game. Then he realized, humans, the way we are programmed is, we learn a thing, how to play the game, and then we start playing the game, and by experience we become experts. So he wanted to introduce the same thing in artificial intelligence, and he thought maybe we can teach machines, how to learn the game, start playing the game, learn, get some experience, and then they become experts. So we call it machine learning. And he tried this game with a program called AlphaGo, and he trained the program to learn the game called Go. And the program started learning the game, and after a few years, it became a master of the game called AlphaGo. Then he challenged the so-called the world's grandmaster of that game, and then this AlphaGo beat the grandmaster. So this opened entire new era of way how artificial intelligence can be developed by the way of machine learning. And now, of course, Google purchased this company, and then renamed it as Google DeepMind. So they're developing a lot of algorithms in machine learning and deep learning. So the entire new concept is, you teach the machine how to learn, and then the machine will start learning, it will gain experience, and then it will become expert. So these machine learning programs or artificial intelligence is getting quite popular in every field. You name it, agriculture or healthcare. In healthcare, for example, you can teach the machine to learn reading these X-rays and all these images, and then they can predict the diseases. A lot of things are happening in artificial intelligence. When you look at the commercial softwares are available, every company wants to jump on this bandwagon of artificial intelligence, and every company have their own software. For example, Microsoft AI, and of course Google DeepMind, and TensorFlow is from Google, and Amazon SageMaker. A lot of commercial softwares are available, and everybody is trying to develop their own algorithms to predict a lot of new and innovative ways. Okay, this is about artificial intelligence. Let's understand by the term Internet of Things. This is another buzzword you keep hearing a lot of terms. Internet of Things means nowadays everything can be connected to Internet. That's how machines or things can communicate to you through Internet. We call them IoT gadgets, and each gadget will have three things. First is the gadget should have a power connection, and second is the gadget should have internet connection, because it can transmit the data to the internet server. And the third thing is what you want the gadget to sense. We call it a sensor. A sensor can be anything. It can be a humidity sensor, a pressure sensor, a temperature sensor. And nowadays, like hundreds of sensors are available. And whatever you want to sense, you can put that sensor and you can get the sensor data through your cloud server. And from there, you can get the information to your mobile. This is how the IoT Internet of Things works. So when you talk about power, the power can be an ordinary, electric power, or it can be a battery power. And nowadays, things are becoming very small gadgets are coming. You may not believe, with the help of a button battery that lasts for almost like 10, 20 years nowadays. And the gadgets are becoming very small day by day. And internet connectivity can be a Wi-Fi connectivity or a Zigbee or a 3G or any kind of connectivity. It depends on how you want to manufacture your gadget. And the cloud platform can be an AWS or Azure. I mean, any kind of platforms are available nowadays and you can use them. So in essence, IoT is any gadget, I mean, anything you can connect to internet, and it should have three components. One is power connection, another is internet connection, and another is sensor. So if you have these three things inside a gadget, and then the gadget can connect to the internet, and then it can communicate to your mobile, whatever sensor data you want, you can get it. So, I mean, at a student level, maybe you might have heard about Arduino or Raspberry Pi, but commercially, a lot of things are available nowadays, and the latest is we call NB-IoT, narrowband IoT. Basically, this NB-IoT uses very low data, so that the cost of internet connectivity will be very less. Anyway, these technical things we will discuss in another seminar when we talk about Internet of Things. Okay. So my next buzzword is cloud computing. Cloud computing is nothing but all the information, instead of storing in your computer, you'll be storing in a remote server, remote place. We call it a cloud. Cloud is nothing but a remote server where you can store whatever information you want. You can store your applications, you can store your data, or even you can take the processing power from cloud nowadays. So the best example is Microsoft Word. You want to use Microsoft Word. Earlier you used to download it into your system and used to operate from your laptop. But with the help of cloud computing, what Microsoft does is it will put the Microsoft Word in their server, remote server in the internet, and anybody who wants to use Microsoft Word can connect to the server with a username and password and can start using it, and you'll be paying them per month basis or per year basis. So this cloud computing, the advantage is because of the power of internet nowadays, it doesn't really matter where you sit, I mean, where your data sits, that your data can be in any server anywhere in the world, and you can still access through an internet connection from anywhere in the world with a username and password. So all the technologies like software, hardware, everything is now rebranding or reevaluating like with the cloud technologies nowadays. Now nobody wants to install the hardware or software in their system. Everybody is going for cloud because it's very easy, and the upfront cost is also less from businessman's point of view. They don't have to invest in hardware, they don't have to invest in software. All they need to do is they'll just rent the software which serves their purpose, and then they start paying them on a monthly basis or an yearly basis. So this is about cloud computing. And as I said, you can store either your applications or your storage or even your processing power also. So the next one is digital marketing. Digital marketing or online marketing is nothing but you try to market your products or services through social media marketing, like your Facebook or Twitter, or email marketing. This is what we call digital marketing. So when in digital marketing, you hear a lot of words like search engine optimization, Google AdWords, pay-per-view, pay-per-click, a lot of things. So search engine optimization is, for example, how people search in Google. For example, I'm in deep tech business, and I want, like, if anybody types deep tech in Google, I want my website to be displayed first. So I want to optimize the search engine so that the search engine picks up my website first, because when they type deep tech, there will be like millions and millions of websites available. Why Google should pick up my website? I will optimize the search engine so that it will pick up my website in the top 10 or top 20 listings. That is about search engine optimization. When we say digital marketing, Google have different products. The one is called Google AdWords. So Google AdWords is again same thing. When I say, if anybody types deep tech in Google, I want my advertisement to be displayed in the front page. So I'll pay Google for that advertising feature, and then Google will display the advertisement whenever anybody types deep tech. So the charges, how Google charges by two ways. Either it can be a pay-per-view or pay-per-click. Pay-per-view means Google displays my advertisement, and if anybody views the advertisement, I have to pay, even though they don't click. So other option is I don't care if they view or they don't view. I'll pay only after the user clicks. So I'll pay after the user click. That is a pay per click. Anyway, there are a lot of other terminologies involved in this, and Google Analytics, AdWords, and all these things. We will discuss in another webinar. So for this webinar, it is digital marketing is how do you market your product or service using social media marketing or email marketing. Okay. Another thing is we talk about cyber security. Cyber security is becoming very popular nowadays because everything is online nowadays and everything is connected to internet, and lot of data is transmitted in and out of your system, your computer, your mobile to your server, from banking transactions. Everything is online now. So cyber security is becoming very popular. Cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, servers, mobile devices, their electronic systems, networks, and data from malicious attacks. So when we say cybersecurity, we are securing not only hardware, not only your systems, your mobile devices, your computers or servers. Also, you will be securing your data also in your systems. So malicious attacks means people will try to enter your server and then try to steal your data. They want to spoil your systems and all these things. We call it malicious attacks. And in cyber security, there are a lot of other terminology involved. For this purpose of this today's webinar, malware is a term used to describe malicious software. Malicious software is anything which is a destructive software which will enter your system and try to spoil your system or steal your data. This is called malware, and there are other terminology used like spyware, ransomware, viruses, and all these things. So cyber security is protecting your computers, your hardware, and your data, your software from all these kind of malicious attacks. This comes under cyber security. Now let's talk about chatbots. Chatbot is nothing but an artificial intelligence powered computer program that is designed to simulate human conversation. These chatbots are nothing but AI programs which will do chat, or nowadays, they are voice activated also. They will talk to you, and the other person who is talking from the other side will not know whether he is talking to a computer or he is talking to a chatbot. So chatbot, what it does is an artificial intelligence powered program, and it will be designed for a specific purpose, and it will handle that particular purpose. And chatbots nowadays are being used in HR, customer service, facilities management, and variety of applications. If you look at the hospital, for example, 90% of the calls hospital call center will receive is to find out when the next appointment is, or sometimes the patients, they want to change their appointment. Such kind of repetitive tasks chatbots can handle very easily. So what chatbot does is, as I said, this is an artificial intelligence program. That means we will create a chatbot, we will train the chatbot, we will give the questions and we'll say, okay, if you get this kind of question, this is how you're supposed to answer. Okay. And then it will start learning on these questions and answers, and then it will start talking to the other people either through chat or through voice. And then, for example, you developed a banking chatbot to handle insurance products. For example, the person will ask, what kind of insurance products I have, what are the interest rates, all these things it can handle. For example, it will not understand what the user is asking. Then it will pick up the keywords and it will twist the question and ask the user in another question way. Is this what you want? And then the user says yes, then it will give the answer. For example, after 2-3 tries also, it cannot figure out what the user is asking. Then what the chatbot does is it will go to the background and it will pass the question to the actual human person. And the human person, the supervisor, will intervene at that point, and he will answer or try to answer the questions from the customer. And chatbot in the background will be observing, and then it will start learning on these things. So it will learn, and so it will think, okay, next time when a user asks this kind of questions, okay, it knows how it should answer the questions. So as time progresses, the chatbots will learn, and they become experts or masters. And then the advantage is chatbots can at a time can handle multiple people, and then can handle multiple questions, because it's just an artificial intelligence program. And if you go a little bit advanced in chatbots, nowadays we're using it for facilities management. So facilities management, the advantage of chatbots is they can take the input from the users in variety of formats. It can be a question format, it can be an audio file, it can be a video or anything. Like a lot of other applications, the chatbots are being used, and is becoming very popular nowadays. Let's understand the next word is quantum computing. You all know in computers we use bits, but in quantum computers we use what we call quantum bits or qubits. Qubits are nothing but they store enormous amount of information and they use very less energy. For example, if you compare with the existing normal computing power with quantum computing power, it will be maybe a million times faster. So if you use quantum computing in future, all the processors will be built using quantum computing technologies and everything will be very, very fast. So if you know in organizations, like every 6 months they'll ask you to change the password because with existing technology and processing nowadays, any hacker can hack your password within 6 months. That's why your organization consistently asks you to change your passwords every 6 months. But if you use the quantum computing technology, maybe these passwords can be hacked in 10 minutes. So it's like a revolution that's happening, and everything processing speed is going to be enormously fast. And once you start using this technology, once it's available commercially, going to change the whole way how we look at things or how we write programs and how we process the information. Okay, this is about quantum computing. And the next word is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. I mean, you might have heard of all these things. So IaaS is what we call infrastructure as a service. As I said in my previous things, we talk about cloud computing. So a particular company will provide infrastructure in their server in cloud and they will sell infrastructure as a service. So you'll pay them on a monthly basis and you'll start using their infrastructure. So it's mainly cloud-based services such as storage and networking. We call it IaaS, infrastructure as a service. And the next buzzword is platform as a service. It is also same. We use it in cloud and it's like hardware tools available over the internet. Then it is called platform as a service. There's another word called software as a service. This is like a software that is available over the internet. As I mentioned in the previous example, in the Microsoft MS Word is available like software as a service in the internet. You don't have to install the hardware in your laptop. You can start using it paying by monthly fee. And this is a software as a service. There is another new buzzword that is coming up. We call it solution as a service. Even though software as a service is popular, if you look at a small businessman, even though you give them a software, he still needs to depend on somebody who is technical to upload his data, clean the data, do some kind of customization and all these things. So businessmen, they don't want to spend all these things. So all they want is a solution. So solution as a service model, what happens is we as a consultants will talk to the business, understand the requirements, and we prepare the reports they want in their business. We develop, we host and maintain the reports in our server, and all the businessmen need to do is log into our server our server with their username and password, and then start using the reports. This is solution as a service. This is a new model that is coming up. Okay. Let's talk about urban farming. Urban farming is nothing but growing plants that produce food within a city or town, in an urban setting or urban environment. This is a picture in Singapore. What Singapore is doing nowadays is because we are scarce of land, they're converting all top floors of the parking lots for urban farming. And the advantage is in urban farming, you produce agricultural products in layers so that your productivity is more. So if you look at the conventional farming and compare with urban farming, with the same kind of a food space, you will be producing almost like 10 times more that what can you produce in urban farming. I mean, ordinary farming. So you can grow any kind of things like vegetables and you can grow them on walls or rooftops or any kind of urban environment. So when you talk of urban farming, hydroponics is quite popular in India nowadays. And there is another new term that is associated with urban farming that is called controlled environment agriculture, or what we call CEA. CEA stands for Controlled Environment Agriculture. It is more advanced than hydroponics. CEA is nothing but we control the environment totally. I mean, inside a closed room, you can produce vegetables, fruits, or flowers, or whatever you want to produce, because we'll be controlling all the parameters, including lighting, including carbon dioxide, humidity, temperature. All the environment parameters are controlled, and within the controlled environment, we'll produce the agricultural products. So this is called controlled environment agriculture. And in Singapore, we have done a lot of research and a lot of companies have come up. And the advantage is you can produce any kind of vegetable or fruits irrespective of tropical region. In the same setting, you can produce, say, for example, strawberries, or you can produce roses or whatever you want to produce, because You will be controlling the light, carbon dioxide, temperature, humidity that is required for that particular crop. Okay. So this controlled environment agriculture, I mean, people have already proven that you can improve the productivity by almost like 10 times. Okay. So my next buzzword is fintech. I'm sure most of you might have heard of this fintech. Fintech stands for a combination of two words, finance and technology. So fintech is financial technology, or in short, we call it fintech. This refers to any business that uses technology to enhance the financial services and processes. Fintech is nothing but any kind of technology you use to enhance the financial services and processes. We call it fintech. So if you look at the normal financial transaction, for example, you look at a bank, people will deposit money in the bank, bank will give them some interest, and the bank in turn will give the money to another person. It lends out to the person and it will collect interest from the borrower, and then bank will keep some margin, and then they will give some amount to the person who deposited the money. That's how the banking transaction simply works. So in this particular scenario, we call bank as a trusted partner. Trusted partner, why? Because we deposit in the bank because we know we will get our investment back, our principal and interest. At the same time, banks are the middleman who will be in between the depositor and the borrower. So with the help of fintech, what we will do is we'll create a platform, a software program, which we will take out this banking from the picture. So this trusted partner will be replaced with the help of a software in fintech. So this fintech program, for example, we develop a program which can act as a bank, and you can go, any person who wants to deposit can go to this program, and then he can say, okay, I want to deposit 1 lakh rupees, say, for example. In the same program, the other side, the borrowers will come and they will offer, for 1 lakh, I'll give 12%, another guy may say 15%. So the borrower and the depositor can talk to each other and then can finalize the transaction. All the paperwork will be handled by the software and it will be generated almost within minutes. So the transaction will be done very fast, and the middleman called banker is no longer in the picture. So transparency will be there, and as a depositor you'll be getting more interest. As a borrower you'll be getting for a less interest, because the margins whatever banks used to keep will be shared between the borrower and the depositor now. This is how the fintech works, and a lot of companies have developed a lot of financial technology programs and all these things. But the main problem the fintech industry is facing is, in case of default, who is responsible? For example, okay, you deposit 1 lakh by looking at a person because he offered more attractive interest, and after 1 year if the guy defaults, who is going to be responsible? The people or the companies who develop these fintech products or software say, they're only like technology service providers. They're not responsible for the outcome of any kind of default or anything. These are the challenges the industry still needs to, overcome. And this is in short about fintech. Fintech is nothing but financial technology. You use software to help any kind of financial services. Okay. There is another term that is associated with fintech, quite commonly used. It is called blockchain. Blockchain was originally developed by a company called Bitcoin. Basically, we talk about distributed ledger. All the information will be stored in terms of a small blocks of information, and every block is connected to the other block through kind of a chain. That's why we call it a blockchain. So it's nothing but a decentralized distributed ledger that records every transaction that happens. So blockchain is mainly associated with financial technology because blockchain is mainly for trust. So any information that is entered or handled through blockchain, information is stored, secured, and nothing is lost. That's why this is getting quite popular. So another word is augmented reality. You keep hearing about augmented reality and virtual reality. Even though these two terms are quite commonly used together, there is a slight difference between augmented reality and virtual reality. Okay, let's understand. Augmented reality, or quite popularly known as AR, is nothing but it adds digital elements to a live view, often by using your camera or smartphone. Okay, for example, you are looking at a brochure of, say, a washing machine. It's a 2D brochure. You're looking at the brochure. You looked at the washing machine because in 2D you don't know how the system is going to work, how the washing machine works. So with the help of augmented reality, you will open your mobile phone and put your mobile phone on top of that particular image. Automatically, the 3D version of that particular image will open in live, and it will show you how the washing machine performs in the 3D. This is augmented reality. So you'll have a 2D picture, and with the help of augmented reality, you will go one step further, and then you can have a 3D version of what you want to see. Often this is used with the help of a smartphone. So the other word is virtual reality. Virtual reality is a complete immersion experience that will take you into an entire world, and it will shuts you from the physical world. So users will be transported into another world where you will be imagining the other environment. Sometimes you need to wear a special set of equipment to view all these kind of things. This is virtual reality. So the main difference between augmented reality and virtual reality is augmented reality overlays the digital images into the view to the real world. So you'll have a 2D image. With the help of augmented reality, you will see the 3D version. Whereas virtual reality is primarily you will use another equipment such as headsets or other things, and it will be a total 3D immersive experience. So that's the difference between AR and VR. So the next word is robotic process automation, or we call RPA. So robots are there from quite long time. The people started using robots in manufacturing industry. As I said before the invention, before the advancement of this machine learning, so robots, people used to program robots, and then they will perform a certain set of instructions. So for example, in manufacturing chain, you are using two robots, robot A and robot B. Okay. You program robot A will do one particular task, and then it will hand over to another robot B. So B will pick up from that particular task, and it will complete the other task, what it is programmed to do. But normally the main problem in these robots earlier days is once the robot A, for example, it malfunctioned, it did not complete what it is supposed to complete. The adjacent robot B does not know that the neighbor robot A did not complete, and it will still continue to do what it is programmed to do. This is the drawback, because robots, they cannot see the whole picture, what is going on inside the total manufacturing plant. But with the help of these artificial intelligence and machine learning, now robots can talk to each other using artificial intelligence, and this is what we call robotic process automation. So robotic process automation is robots using artificial intelligence. So nowadays, the entire manufacturing shop floor can be done using robots, and these robots are intelligent because they are using artificial intelligence technology, and they can communicate with each other, and they know the whole picture of what's happening in the entire manufacturing shop floor. For example, if you go back to the previous example, robot A did not complete the task, then robot B knows that the robot A did not complete the task, and it will wait till robot A completes the task, and then only it will continue the task. So with the help of robots, the entire processing plant or a manufacturing environment can be automated, and this technology is what we call a robotic process automation. Okay. And the next word is digital twin. Digital twin is the latest buzzword. Most of the people might not have heard of this digital twin. So what happens is, for example, you are manufacturing one equipment, okay, and then the same equipment will go to the market, and it will work in the live environment. So designers now, what they will do is they will have a same exact 3D version of the equipment that is running outside, outside environment in the real world, and they simulate the same conditions inside the machine so that they can see how the machine outside is performing. This is what we call digital twin. So digital twin is a digital representation of the physical object. It can be an object or it can be a system also. For example, when this particular equipment inside there is a temperature is suddenly increasing, you will see the same thing happening inside the digital model also, because we are simulating the same thing. This digital twin technology will help the designers better insights, and they can understand how the design is performing in the real world, and so that they can better design the products the next time. Okay, this is about digital twin. And my last buzzword is about smart cities. I'm sure you might have heard about smart cities every day in and out, every city talking about becoming smart city. So smart city is nothing but an urban area that uses IoT sensors to collect the data. So we will put a lot of sensors in the city, and you can collect any kind of data. It can be from a vehicle moving inside the city, or environment parameters, or any kind of data you want to collect. You can put the sensors, you can collect the data. It can be an image, it can be a video, or anything, and all the data will be coming to a command center, and there you can process the data, and you can see how the city is performing, how the environment air pollution is, or how the city congestion traffic is, and all these things you can analyze in real time. So smart cities are nothing but cities that will be using all these deep technologies to better understand what's happening in the city so that city management can take better decisions. I think with this my webinar is completed, and now I would like to take up some questions. Hello.
Yes, guys, any questions you can ask in chat box. Otherwise, you can raise the hand. I'll hand over the mic and you can ask the question directly. And I'll share the feedback link also. You can give the feedback of this webinar, how webinar you feel. You can give the feedback.
I mean, any questions you can feel free. I mean, there's no right question or wrong question.
Actually, very enlightening session, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, very good. And any questions you can ask related to this webinar, definitely Kishore Garu will give, will answer your questions. Actually, they said like they faced the problem like low bandwidth, I think so.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so the video was also paused sometimes. So I given the YouTube link in YouTube, everything was working fine.
I see. I see. Okay.
Maybe I think that's the reason. So guys, you can give the things also. So if you're really not listening our voice, just reload and refresh and rejoin again. Then definitely you can hear our voice and you can ask the questions or anything. And just don't forget to give the feedback. Some questions, sir. The like smartphone is in AR for used app.
No, see, with the help of smartphone only, you can using that app. You can see. You need to program if you want to look at that particular thing. Whatever you want to see. What I talked about is about technology. So augmented reality is you will have a 2D image using your mobile phone. You can augment the reality. I mean, you can see it in a 3D format. Of course, it need to be programmed, and then only you can see that.
And another question is technological advancements really made the changes in globalization, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, because of technology only now everything is like moving very fast, and a lot of things which we cannot even imagine in the previous times are happening nowadays. Lot of advancements are happening nowadays.
Yeah, another question that does any tech jobs offering by SK Deep Tech company in this COVID situation times?
No, we don't offer any jobs, but what we try to enlighten people is there is a huge boom coming up for deep tech. A lot of job opportunities will be opening up in these areas like AI, analytics, IoT, and all these things. So if you really want to have a good career, I suggest strongly to learn all these technologies. Of course, as a company, we are offering the courses, but we don't offer jobs directly.
Another question in YouTube
Yeah.
that how a chatbot machine learns new things.
That is the technology, machine learning. You will develop a program and then you will train the program so that the program will learn on its own. That is all about this machine learning technology. So it will learn and then next time it will answer on its own.
What is the main difference between chatbots and RPS, sir?
See, chatbot is a program, artificial intelligence program, where we will simulate the human conversation. So they're used mainly to answer questions, help humans and all these things. Whereas RPA is for robots, robots and artificial intelligence, so that the robots can talk to one another and then they can communicate with humans.
Yeah, another question that what is the advantage to learn RPA regarding jobs for mechanical guys?
Yeah, because in manufacturing, everything is going to be with robots nowadays. For example, you look at Mercedes-Benz, they created a whole shop floor using robots, and all the entire car is being manufactured using robots nowadays. And there is another company called Hyundai, and they want to set up a manufacturing plant to manufacturing electric cars. Normally, manufacturing operations, people tend to go to low-cost countries like India, Indonesia, and other countries because labor is cheap. But this Hyundai, they are preferring Singapore to start their manufacturing plant because when they say manufacturing plant, there will be less humans and maybe full of these robots using this RPA only while manufacturing future. So
Yeah,
even though
another
you're a mechanical student, you have to learn these technologies because when you go to the shop floor next day, you will see a lot of robots working together with humans.
another question in YouTube that sir, can you explain please what is technique behind blockchain?
As I said, I'm not going to go into the deep details of the technical things because it will take another another 1 hour to explain the whole concept. So for this purpose, blockchain is like it goes with the financial technology most often. And blockchain, the advantage is it will create trust because all the information is stored and you cannot remove it. Yeah. We have
Yeah.
another webinar on fintech and blockchain. Maybe you can attend that and then we can discuss.
Can you start any session only for artificial intelligence in future? They're asking the question.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we have around 10 webinars coming up, one each for each latest topic.
Okay. So I hope, sir, can you tell technique behind same question? I'm mechanical student, so I want AI and machine learning course. So it's better step or not?
So it's better, sir, because even though you're a mechanical or non-mechanical, everything will be using AI and these things only nowadays. Yeah.
Any questions? You can raise the hand. We'll talk. You can talk. Yeah, I think many questions they ask. Uh, is technology advancements really made? Okay, I think we answered that question. Yeah, that's it, sir. So I think these are all the main questions which was asked by the students, which was there in YouTube also.
Okay.
So yeah. So sir, any scope for civil engineers by using AI? One question in YouTube.
So AI can be learned from anybody. I mean, there's no minimum requirement to be like an IT guy or this guy or that guy. Anybody can learn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So webinar available. No, no Telugu language was not. It was not available. So I think it was answered question.
Yeah.
Sir, AI and ML course, how much time duration?
It's again, AI. If you want to learn, first thing is you should know Python first. That's a quite commonly used programming language. And after Python, you will learn artificial intelligence and then machine learning. And then if you're interested, you can go to deep learning, computer vision. A lot of topics are there. It all depends, how much you want to learn.
Yeah, so I think, sir, can you share the PPT? They are asking the question.
Yeah, I'll give it to you and then maybe you can share. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all. Any questions you can ask, or you can raise the thing. Definitely, will answer. So, guys, we are sharing the feedback link and feedback link as well as Telegram group link. You can join for more updates. We'll share. And actually, we created WhatsApp group for RPA, so we have a space. If you want, you can join. We'll share upcoming webinars, upcoming programs in APSSDC. And any questions? I think last question that is Python is useful for mechanical engineers.
Well, Python is mainly used for artificial intelligence. So if you are a mechanical engineer and you want to switch to artificial intelligence area, deep tech area, Python you should know.
So that's all. I think that's all about that questions. I
Yeah.
think we solved almost.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir, for answering all the
Yeah.
questions with your patience.
Yeah.
And yeah, I seen yeah, overall webinar. It's like a very nice. Really,
Okay.
it's like a very great content.
Yeah.
I thought. Yeah, the topics which was say seen, just you'll give like a it's like an intro for every topic. It's not an easy thing to us
Yeah. It
and
will
to
take a lot
you.
of time. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, it's yeah, if we want to explain each and every topic, almost it's take for each and every topic like 2 hours or more
Yeah.
than 2 hours.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, it's like a great intro, so for every topic.
Yeah.
Definitely we are listening the words, the students also listening the words like
Yeah.
artificial intelligence, machine learning,
Yeah.
AR, VR. So many words they are listening, but they don't know what the word meant by.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really, really, I can say that.
Yeah.
So and but by this webinar, at least they know what is definitions and what is meant by the word names and all the stuff.
Yeah.
All the technologies you have explained, it's like a new and trending technologies. It will
Yeah.
be upcoming technologies. Really, sir, really, it's like a great privilege to
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm from starting onwards, from ending, I'm like seeing and I'm also listening that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know blockchain word, but I don't know really what is meant by blockchain.
Yeah.
So when I'm in BTech, there's in that time I thought to see the blockchain, but really what doesn't mean, where they use it, really I don't know. But sometimes, yes, of course, we know, like we'll use and we'll share, and we'll share PPT also. No need to worry about that, guys. And don't forget to give feedback. So really, sir, thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Thank you.
giving this webinar. So I think, yeah, it's like a tough to you, like you're working, you're managing this all things and giving
Yeah. Yeah.
forwardly
No
coming
problem.
to us
Yeah.
and giving webinar. It's not a easy thing to you.
Yeah.
Really, it's like a great
Yeah.
thing to you, a great thing for us, really.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you all
it,
for attending this webinar. Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, any questions you can ask definitely in future also. Actually, we are sharing many things in APSSDC, but the main motto is we want to skill the students. Finally, what we are doing in trending technologies, in
Mhm.
upcoming technologies, we want to skill the students. We want to give the skilling in all the technologies, but we
Okay.
are trying. We are always striving.
Yeah.
Definitely, I can say that. So we are connecting to many companies and we are talking to many technological companies,
Yeah.
mainly to offer good trainings and good skill to you guys. And by this skill, definitely I can't say you will be placed in many companies or any company, but definitely this is one of the part in your life, I can say that,
Yeah.
what we are doing. And thank to SK Deep Tech Private Limited,
Yeah.
first
Thank
of
you.
all, and thank to Kishore Garu for coming forward. And really, it's like a great privilege, sir. Once again, it's
Yeah.
like I'm very honored,
Yeah.
really, to introduce you again. It's like a great personality to you because, sir, really, I introduce many speakers and many professions. Generally, I used to conduct many webinars in this pandemic, like in this coronavirus situation. We conducted a lot of webinars, like
Yeah.
minimum 50 webinars we conducted. Uh, Due to less time, of course, it's like a 60 or 100 students in YouTube, like they
Mhm.
attended like
Okay.
50 students here, like 60 students total. It's like a we can take like 200 plus students
Okay.
total we can count.
Yeah.
So yeah, the registrations also like 318 members was registered. So it's like a, yeah, less time, but anyway we grown up and we got it through. But in
Okay.
future definitely we can work with more students. We'll give the
Okay.
webinars to more students.
Sure. Sure.
And thank you, yeah, thank you so much, sir. And
Thank you.
your suggestions and your what you can say, your values was definitely helps to students, your
Yeah.
words. Thank you so much, sir. We'll
Thank
meet
you.
again for
Yeah.
next
Sure.
webinar.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. And once again, the team of SK Deep Tech of Praveen Garu and Durga Prasad Garu and Bharati Garu. So really, I would like to thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just forgot you guys. So
No. No
sorry
problem. No
for that,
problem.
really. Sorry for that. But you guys really made it like
Yeah.
your forwarding the things to me,
Yeah.
and to help. Yeah, you guys really help me to do to share the things to the students, and for the poster designing and everything you help
Yeah.
me. You
Yeah.
help me lot, and Praveen Garu and Durga Prasad Garu, and I think Bharati Garu was new to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like a great privilege, and great thankful to everyone who was there here. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. and
Thank you.
and Prasad Garu was director marketing for SK Deep Tech, and Praveen Garu also, he's managing director, I think so. Yes, he's one of the director of SK Deep Tech. And coming to Bharti Garu, he is like MD of SK Deep Tech Private Limited. She's from Singapore, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, Praveen Garu, Bharti Garu, Durga Prasad Garu, if you want to talk, you can unmute and you can share your views to the students. Definitely, it's like a opportunity to you can share your views if you want.
Hi.
Hi, sir. Hi, Durga.
Yeah. Let me extend my thanks to all the participants and APSSDC team. Okay. Bharti garu, really today is a good presentation from our side and good participation from your side also. Okay. Now let us uh, plan for a future webinars. Okay. In detailed manner. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, ma.
Okay, Prasad Garu, thank you so
Okay.
much. Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely we'll plan detailed webinars.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do, Kishore Garu will do like
Yeah.
weekly once.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Webinar.
because
Webinar.
every Sunday we can keep like 10 webinars.
Okay.
Yeah, because Monday, Tuesday to like Friday, Saturday they're having academic classes. If you
Mm-hmm.
want like weekly twice also, we can keep in evenings like 4 to 5 like that, because
No, I
in that
think
time,
Sunday should be fine.
sir.
Sunday should be fine.
Yeah, because definitely they will attend. So we'll release another webinar as soon as possible to the
Sure.
students, and definitely we'll get good registrations and good students to attend. They will utilize your webinars definitely.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
all of you. Have a nice day.
Thank you all.
Uh,
Yeah. Bye.
yeah. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Students, thanks for your presence, and thanks for your patience, and thanks for your time for attending to this webinar. So we'll meet as soon as possible for more and webinars, not only SK Deep Tech. So we are having many webinars, many programs. Definitely we'll join as soon as possible. We'll meet as soon as possible in upcoming webinars. Thank you so much, all of you team of SK Deep Tech.
Thank you.